Dreamer chapter 33. When Jack opened his eyes, he was very pleased and relieved not to be under the heavy clawed foot of the T-Rex. He was back in bed, comfortable and safe. It was so comfortable that he felt himself getting tired, and he rested his head on his fat pillow and he looked up at the ceiling. He was feeling lightheaded and woozy like a balloon. Then something amazing and unexpected happened. Jack felt himself slowly rising to the ceiling, as if being pulled by a large magnet. He looked down at the bed and he tried to shout out. I must be dreaming, he thought, but if he was, it was a very strange and very realistic dream. He waved his arms about and kicked out with his legs, but it was no use. He just kept going up. Then, as soon as he touched the ceiling, he began to descend like a deflated balloon, and he floated right out of his bedroom door. He carried on down the stairs and through the front door and out into the cold, frosty streets. It was lucky that there was no one about, as they may have died of shock, seeing a young boy floating majestically down the silver streets as if by magic. He floated over parked cars and over stray cats who were busy scrounging for food. He could see everything, but when he cried out, no one could hear him and no one could see him. He passed over a courting couple as they kissed in the warmth of their car, and their cigarette smoke made him cough loudly, but no one took any notice, and he sailed over their heads like a ghost. He seemed to be picking up speed as he sailed over the bushes and trees, and he couldn't stop himself. Jack reached out and he touched the leaves with his fingers. They were cold and crisp. It was a nice sensation, and then he floated over the main road, and it was so strange seeing it quiet and deserted when it was usually so busy. He picked up speed and headed for the tunnel. It was so strange being inside, and he could see the cobwebs on the ceiling glistening and mice scattered below him, and they looked as frightened as him. Then it was as if he was being pulled back by an elastic band which had reached as far as it could go, and now it was retracting. The streets and hedges became a blur as he passed back through the front door as if by magic, up the stairs, and he found himself once again back in bed. For a second he wondered if he had imagined it all, but when he looked down and saw the leaves on his jumper, he knew that it had been real. It drifted off contentedly. It was a dream within a dream.